Hey guys, this is Mike from Budget Tech Reviews here, and today is going to be my overview and review of the 2019 Veloster 2.0 Premium. Alright guys, so as you know, I ended up getting this vehicle a couple weeks back, so I've had a few weeks to actually drive this car, test it out, etc. like that, and it's been quite a few weeks for me. So if you guys haven't followed my YouTube channel, go ahead and check the rest out, guys. I do a lot of budget tech item reviews here, but again, this is not a budget tech item, this is a car. So very interesting. So I'm gonna go ahead and get inside the car since it's already kind of windy out here. Definitely want to show you guys the inside and maybe talk about the outside while we're doing that, guys. But again, guys, it's super windy out here, so I'm pretty sure the sound's going to sound a little muffled. So before we get into the car, I do want to show you guys the actual key fob here, which is Hyundai's keyless entry key fob. There's no key on this whatsoever. So it's got a little hold for the trunk, unlock and lock. So this car again is keyless entry. So let me get this going for you guys really quick while check it out. So since I don't have a key, obviously you have this button on the door handle. You're just gonna click that to lock it, right? So right now the car is actually locked. To unlock it, you're just gonna press it again, hear that little beep, you go ahead and enter the inside. So inside of this car is very nice, by the way. This specific trim, the 2.0 Premium, has a combination of leather and regular carpet seating, which I'm not a fan of full leather seats, so definitely you guys can check that out while we're going around here. So back seat also, let's see if we can get the back seat really quick. Back seat as well, it's got leather and a little bit of trim. I have a thing down there for my dogs, so I'm gonna go ahead and step right in, guys. You got the Veloster badge, so I'm gonna go ahead and step right in here. Let's go ahead and close the door. Solid sound here. Okay, so guys, all the way around this car is super nice, and I decided to go with this car for a few reasons, and I will tell you definitely why. So let's go ahead and get this started. Again, guys, it's push button start, so all you got to do is just put your foot on the brake, press the actual push the start button, and you're good to go. So as you can see here, Hyundai has like a little welcome screen here, and so does their display. So I'm gonna lower the AC just a tad bit. Right now it's probably about 50 degrees where I live, so I'm gonna straighten this out, and I might lower that for you guys. But first thing you're gonna see is the instrument or the gauge cluster here. If you guys pay attention to it, you're gonna see that it has little checkered flags on the actual RPM and the actual miles per hour. So right now, obviously I have it in park. If I were to take it out of park, and again, here is the actual shifter here, right? And we'll go over the buttons and stuff right now. But if I were to move that and put it into gear, you're gonna see here that on screen it actually changes while you change it. So if I put it in drive, it's gonna say I'm in drive. So if I put it in reverse, it's gonna say I'm in neutral. If I'm in reverse, the backup camera actually goes on. So it's got a really nice backup camera with backup sensors, etc. right now. But again, let's go back to the gauge clusters really quick, and this thing's probably gonna die on me, so I might have to switch cameras out, so don't worry about that, guys. But again, ooh, it's getting sun's coming out, guys, so that I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But again, so here, it's a basic instrument cluster. Right here on your steering wheel, you have little navigation buttons to go through, so I can change what I want to see on the middle screen. So if I wanted to change it to miles per hour, I can leave it there. Can change it to drive info, so it'll tell you can have specific trips. Again, accumulated info just tells you how many miles it has, etc. like that. Fuel economy range. Right now it says my car is averaging 15.6 miles to the gallon. I've been driving it pretty aggressively, which is not good. You got your drive mode, guys, which, you know, you have your normal, you know, your sport, and then your smart. Okay, and we'll go over those while we're on the road. So I like to keep it on normal though. So again, guys, just a few little things. I can change these things while I'm here. So like if you guys look at that, it's got lane keep assist on. Lane keep assist button is right over here. And let's see if I can get that to focus. Maybe, maybe not. It's a little bright out here. It's this button right here where my finger is, or this button right here. And then this one is your blind spot monitoring. So right here on your actual windows, you know, while you're on the highway or on the road and you're trying to actually, you know, move from lane to lane, this actually tells you whether you have someone in your blind spot. So right there in the corner, the little mirror will actually blink red. So keep an eye out on that, guys. That's pretty cool. So again, you know, I'm just kind of going through the little features that this car has. Okay, here, so it's got your driver assistance, and again, you know, it's got what happens when you open the door. So if I press OK, you know, you got an auto lock, you know, auto unlock, and 2 press to unlock. So that's how I have it set. So lights, you know, again, you have your one touch turn signal, and then you got your headlight delay as well. So let's go back there. Sound, you can turn on the welcome sound. I turned it off. Let's see, convenience, you know, you have wireless charging, which we'll go over. Wiper wiper light display, auto rear, wipers, gear position pop up. So I have all those check marked. That's what I'm driving. Icy road warning. And let's go back there. Here we go. Service interval just tells you how long you should have to service this out. Other, let's see, it's got fuel economy reset, it's got fuel economy unit, temperature unit, tire pressure. So it's just a lot of little things that you can kind of display here. And it's got your display, it's got that. So let's go ahead and press that. Again, I have it in driving mode, but you can change that to keep it on lane keep assist. And again, it just goes back and forth. So not too bad, guys. Over here, you do have your instrument panel, or your, you know, your actual, you know, buttons, etc. Pretty nice looking shifter. I love the fact that the steering wheel and everything kind of matches with the trim and everything like that. So you got all these fancy buttons. You got, again, the shifter down here, and I have my phone wire. Excuse that. So you got this going on. You got heated seats on this specific trim, so I have this down here. So, you know, if I want to turn on my heated seats now that it's cold, I can go ahead and do that. It's got 3 levels. Again, right there you have your drive mode and your track control off. So right down there, okay, guys, right, if you and again, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna lay my cell phone down. This is one reason why I love this car, is it's got wireless charging. So when I lay that down, it's actually that little wire, that little orange light turned on. It basically charging my iPhone 10 down here. So if you have a phone that is, you know, wireless charging capable, it's going to go ahead and take care of that. So right here you do have your standard 12 volt power, you know, area, or you can put a cigarette lighter there. Right here, obviously, you have one of your USBs. And move back a little bit. Auxiliary port, you know, for the people that don't want to use Bluetooth. Your cheap light, and then of course here is another USB port down there, right there, guys. So super simple, nothing too fancy. Right here you have your AC and climate control buttons. Of course, this car does have a full auto, so I've really been enjoying using the auto feature on this car. You know, you got your rear. You can turn it off, obviously. So I love the fact that, you know, this specific car has a lot of physical buttons that you can use. You can still change it, but if I wanted to, if I were to press this climate button, I can actually, you know, see what's going on over here. I don't know if I can change this. Let me see. Now, you really can't change it on screen, but it's just going to give you information on what's going on as far as that. If I want to turn on auto, go ahead and turn it on. and it'll, you know, change my climate conditions. So I'm gonna lower the radio so I don't get pegged for for a lot of things here. But going up, you know, again, you have your volume, your radio, your media, typical buttons, you know, your home button, your phone button, your setup button, and this little star is a button that enables you to give like a shortcut to something that you really like. So if you want to just, you know, enable a specific feature in your car, you can do that. You know, you have your, you know, obviously you have the hazard lights there. I blanked out on that. Says passenger airbag, etc., like that. So going to the infotainment system here, a lot of people kind of want to see this, and I hope that I have enough juice left on this to get this recording. But right now, you know, this phone is or this actual system is set to have Apple Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so, and it's got Blue Link as well. So if you guys are into specific features like that, you guys are really gonna love it. Obviously, you know, you do have setup where it allows you to, you know, mess with the display, the sound, you know, again, your custom button right there, phone projection when you have the actual phone plugged in, voice recognition, you know, date and time. And one thing I love about this little 8-inch screen is it's super, like, it's not laggy, it works just the way you want it to work, and I cannot complain. Hyundai has a screensaver, so you can actually change that. If you want to turn you know, the actual screen off, you can set it to just have like a digital clock, etc., like that. So right now my phone's connected. You can see here that it's got you know, almost full battery. It's connected to Bluetooth, it's got LTE, and it's got a lot of stuff going. So one thing that, you know, I do want to you know, really commend on this vehicle is its actual sound system. So a lot of people don't you know, recognize the sound systems in vehicles when they're actually you know, doing car reviews, and that's something that I wanted to kind of show off. So this car has an Infinity sound system. I don't know if you guys can see that, but here we go. It's powered by an Infinity. There you go. You can see that. It's got Sirius XM. It's got all the good stuff. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and connect it to my Bluetooth audio. Hello. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna lower that really quick. And the reason being is because I don't want to get copyrighted strike. I need to go look for my YouTube music really quick. And let me go to my playlists. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just you know, play a song. We'll go with Smitten. This is a typical U2 song. Alright, so, and I really want you guys to kind of hear the bass. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, I'm gonna play one more. The song's called So Long, and I get these tracks off of Epidemic Sounds. And I'm just kind of hiring it and lowering it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and lower that. So one thing I love about, you know, this car also is it has your volume knob over here, and then it also has a volume knob on the steering wheel. So, you know, you have all those little bells and whistles, guys. But again, guys, you know, just, you know, this car has just a lot of nice little bells and whistles for the price range. Of course, let's go to the actual, you know, doors over here. You know, you guys saw that this is a 3-door car. If you guys are not familiar with the Velosters, you know, again, these are just for your mirrors on the side. It's got automatic, you know, driver window over here, which again, that's not very uncommon to have in most vehicles. Doesn't have automatic in the driver or the back passenger seat, so you know that's something that a lot of people kind of tend to complain about. But you know, for features like active lane keep assist and blind spot monitoring, I will not complain whatsoever. So again, guys, you know, there's just a lot of little features that this car has. It's just a room. It's just you You know, your armrest has a little bit of room there. There's no USBs on the inside or anything like that. I just have a bunch of junk here. Cup holder, there's my GoPro. There is your typical cup holder. And of course, again, the wireless charging portion down there with the actual, there's a little bit of room down here, so you can store some space in here. Glove box, typical glove box, not too big. And again, back seat, which, you know, you can probably fit a few of your friends back here. I'm not going to show the trunk because I have a bunch of stuff in the trunk, but one thing that, you know, I am probably going to show off on this is the actual sunroof. This car actually has a sunroof and it's automatic, so if I move this, it's going to actually remove that whole entire top portion of the glass. So let me go ahead and get out really quick so that you guys can see what I'm talking about here, and then we'll get the test drive going. So here we go. Okay, so what I mean is when the sunroof comes off and on, it actually goes off. So there we go. Not a fan of the sunroof, honestly. I mean, I think it's cool that this entire portion on the top is basically like a big piece of glass. But I'm just not a fan of the sunroof. So let's go ahead and put that back, and let's see. That's nice. It's pretty cool, but it's not a feature that I really cared about. So okay, so let's get back in the car. The car's still on, and we are actually going to take this on the road. I'm going to actually connect my GoPro, and I'm going to see if I can get some footage going as far as driving goes, and then we'll get going from there, guys. So again, let's see if this let's see if this goes through or not. All right, guys. So this is going to be my first, you know, test drive with this vehicle. Well, not my first test drive. I've had this car already for a couple weeks, but as far as my first, it'll be my first go around when it comes to the, you know, actual you know, car reviewing, etc. like this, and I hope that I will be able to do car reviews in the future. If you're seeing shakiness, you know, I do apologize. The stabilization on this is not too good right now, so you might see some shaking, especially on the front camera. But you know, again, I'm gonna just take it for maybe a quick spin, and we'll get this going, guys. So, you know, again, if you guys don't know a lot about this car as far as engine-wise go, this car is sporting a, you know, it's a 4-cylinder DOHC direct gas direct you know, ignition or whatever, GDI is what they call it. And again, it's a 2.0 premium, etc. like that. And you know, for the most part, you know, this car is packing 147 horsepower. Oh my goodness, I don't know why this is shaking so much. Well, anyways, let's keep it shaking. So I'm just gonna take it on the road, and I'm hoping my GoPro is actually getting the footage that I need over here. I might actually end up using that opposed to the face-to-face over here, but that's okay, guys. You know, again, stabilization is not going to be key right now, and you know, once I get this to you know, speeds, we'll see how it goes. But for the most part, you know, a lot of people, especially a lot of Veloster enthusiasts, will say, hey, you know, get the turbo, like, don't waste your money, you know, on the, you know, the base, or, you know, the 2.0 premium, which is the version I have. And for the most part, you know, I really am a fan of, you know, the turbos, etc. like that, but it's just not something that, you know, I needed at the moment. I didn't want to spend the extra, you know, couple $1,000s on it when you know, I'm not speeding or racing, etc. like that. So that's one thing. You know, I use this as a daily driver. I commute to work on a daily basis, so anything that'll help me, you know, save on gas, realistically, is something that I want. So obviously, you know, you guys know that this car has different modes. Okay, it has your normal, it has your sport, and then it has your smart. Smart mode is basically just like eco mode. And oh my god, it is sunny out here, guys. I did not expect the sun to come out as much as it has. So excuse this excuse the camera. Yeah, everything's falling out here. Didn't expect it to be this shaky, so for the most part, excuse the shakiness. I'm probably going to use the GoPro footage a little more than this, just because it's already giving me an uneasy look to it when I'm going to see the playback. And there we go. Let's do that. But okay, so again, you know, for the most part, 147 horsepower for me is more than enough. You know, I mean, yes. For the sport enthusiast, you know, I would recommend getting the 1.6 you know, turbo, you know, and this specific trim is automatic, so I didn't need to get the, I didn't feel like driving stick. I commute about 40 miles a day, every day to work. So for the most part, you know, I'm just not a fan of having to shift gears, especially on the highway. Highway speeds are horrible. And again, oh my gosh, so this little car mount that I bought for my cell phone isn't working out the way I wanted to, which, you know, hopefully the the GoPro footage comes out decently, and, you know, I'll just sync up the audio there, guys. But anyway, I'm gonna make a turn here, and hopefully right now I'm going about, you know, 45 miles per hour, and I'm gonna go down a road that will allow me to pick up speeds just a little bit and hopefully go there. And I'm actually gonna put this into sport mode, so once I pick up speeds, so for the most part, as far as fuel economy goes, you know, as you guys saw, you know, this is average. You know, I was averaging, the most I've averaged out of this car from day to day is about 27 miles a gallon, and it really just depends on how you know, you drive it, etc. like that. If you're really putting your foot to the gas, you're gonna get, you know, you're not really gonna get more than like 20 miles to the gallon. Again, you know, on the highway, this is rated at, I want to say 34 miles per gallon, and if I'll correct myself, you know, on the actual video, if that's the case. But anyway, don't like the fact that this is like shaking a lot. But anyways, so for the most part, you know, again, it's already kind of rush hour traffic, so I am dealing with a little bit of traffic going forward from here, and hopefully I'll get onto a specific part of the road that will allow me to pick up speed just a little bit, so you guys can hear, you know, the engine go. But yeah, for the most part, having this car for the past couple weeks, you know, I'm not complaining whatsoever as far as the actual drivability of this car. I think this car drives amazing, like, for what it is. You know, yes, it's just a 4-cylinder car. To me, it picks up really great on the highway, especially if you have it. And one thing that I failed to mention when I was doing the overview of the inside of this car is this car actually has paddle shifters right behind the steering wheel. So if I need to downshift for whatever reason, you know, I have that option of downshifting, and it's gonna allow me to pick up speeds a lot faster. So that's one thing that, you know, people I feel like don't appreciate, is the fact that, you know, this is a dual clutch automatic, which, you know, I'm allowed to you know, change the gears on my own if I want to. So there's that. Again, you know, I'm super unhappy on how this is actually handling as far as the camera go, not the car. Sorry, not the car. But again, guys, you know, I want to thank whoever is watching this video. If you've watched this far, then good for you. You know, I really appreciate my fans and everyone that continues to be you know, fans of my YouTube video. Again, this is going to be my first car review video, so, you know, don't be too hasty on it. Yes, I don't know everything about vehicles, but you know, I'm a big fan of guys like you know, the Straight Pipes, Redline Reviews, etc. like that. You know, there's a bunch of other car YouTube channels out there that, you know, just do a great job. And let me see if I can move this to where the glare won't be as bad. There you go. And I'm hoping the sound quality sounds good for you guys also. Again, I'm you know, I'm recording this front-facing image with the cell phone, so most of the audio that I get off of this is going to be from the actual from my actual cell phone. So we'll see how that goes. This little Nissan just pulled up to me with their, you know, really riding a muffler. So go ahead, and speaking about sounds, and we're gonna eventually stop up ahead just because there's a school bus. But talking about the sound, this car does not really have an aggressive sound when it comes to the exhaust. You know, if you want a more aggressive sounding Veloster, I definitely recommend getting the R-Spec, or just the turbo, the automatic turbo. Or even the N when it comes out. You know, the Veloster N is going to be something that a lot of hot hatch enthusiasts are going to be looking at a little later down the road. So, you know, and I'm your typical car enthusiast. You know, yes, I have an appreciation for you know, a lot of different type of vehicles, sport cars, especially luxury cars. You know, I've never really owned a sports car. I think the closest thing I've got into owning a sports car is an Audi TT. And just, you know, that little car, I had it for a few months. I bought it used and it ended up breaking down. It had a 4-cylinder turbo engine, and again, it was really something that I wanted at the time, and it didn't end up working out. I've had several cars since then. I've driven a bunch of Chevy Cavaliers. My last car prior to this was a 2014 Hyundai Accent, which is a little hatchback. Here, I'm going to close this up. I don't know if I need that much light. We'll see. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so I had my sunroof open over here. So again, hopefully the camera stabilization on my actual cell phone stables this out. Hopefully the GoPro footage looks good also, guys. So again, having this car, I've already put almost 1,000 miles on it. I have about 800 miles on it. For the most part, though, very satisfied with this 2.0 Premium, and I haven't seen a lot of 2.0 Premium reviews, especially on YouTube. I think a lot of you know, people, especially as far as the car community, has focused on the turbo versions of this car, which are, you know, essentially what the sport enthusiasts are going to get. But not everyone is going to buy a turbo version of this car. The most practical people, people that don't, you know, have the budget, are going to buy the base version of this car. The base version of this car has a little bit less bells and whistles. It has the 7-inch touchscreen. Yes, it does come with stuff like, you know, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, etc. like that. You're not going to get the sunroof. You're not going to get the features that this car has, like the lane keep assist, the blind spot monitoring, stuff like that. So, you know, for the most part, you know, if you guys really want that, you're going to end up spending a few extra $1,000 to get this car. I think I ended up paying a little over $22,000 for this car. You know, with, you know, all the bells and whistles. Living in Texas, though, I kind of regret not getting tinted windows. I think that's one thing that you know, I really should have fought for. So again, guys, don't bash me too hard on that. I'm gonna probably end up spending a couple $100 extra getting this car tinted myself. The fact that it's black also is something that, you know, I didn't really you know, think it was gonna happen until I actually test drove it. And for the most part, you know, I really just fell in love with the color after I test drove it. Yes, black is impossible to keep clean for the most part, but now that it's winter and, you know, the fall has come, you know, we're expecting a lot more rain, so I'm probably not going to end up having to wash the car as much because it's going to be raining a lot. So now we're getting up to a little bit up, you know, now that traffic's starting to clear out on my end, we're starting to, you know, get a little more. I'm starting to pick up speed a little bit right now. I'm going to be turning at an intersection that's going to allow me, you know, to put this car to the test as far as speed goes. Maybe not to the test, but I'm going to hire my camera. I'm actually going to put this in sport mode, and I'm going to floor it a couple times so that you guys can hear the actual engine now that I'm going to hit an area where I'm actually going to be able to pick up speed. So we'll see how this goes, guys. Okay. So here we go. You hear that? Alright, so for the most part, I'm hitting about, let me see, 65 miles per hour right now, and again, I'm probably going too faster than I should be in an area where the speed limit's only 55, but, you know, just so that you guys can hear the engine. When you have it in sport mode also, you can definitely notice that the revs, or you know, it definitely holds the shifts a lot longer than if you were to have it just in you know, regular, normal, or eco mode, or smart mode, whatever you want to call it. Definitely when you have this in sport mode, you're really going to notice that this car is holding the revs a lot longer, which allows you to pick up speeds a lot quicker, and it'll hold the gear a lot longer also. So, you know, I don't know if it really changes the effects on, you know, the actual you know, miles per gallon or anything like that. It probably does. You're probably going to burn a little more gas. And I don't know if it affects the horsepower. I feel like it does affect the horsepower just a little bit, but we'll see how that goes again, guys. So right now, again, let me see. And again, it's a pretty good amount of power. You know, 0 to 60 times probably going to range in like the high 6s, maybe, you know, low 7s. You know, it's not going to be something that you're going to definitely gawk at or whatever. You're gonna, I mean, for someone that, you know, and again, you know, this is going to be a perfect, nice little car for someone that's, you know, in high school. You know, someone that's just, you know, wants something a little more sporty looking. Yes, you know, the horsepower isn't there. You know, you're not going to be racing against people with Mustangs and Camaros. Definitely not. You know, a lot of people can compare this to, you know, the Volkswagen GTI or other hatches. Whoop, hello, camera. My camera is going down. But again, you know, for the most part, you know, this car, the way it handles, it's very stiff and it's very direct. So you know, for people that are worrying about if this car gets loose, right now again it's in sports mode. I have no issues as far as handling and turning the wheel, etc. like that. You know, I feel like this car handles very well for what it is, and I'm gonna probably, I don't know what's going on here, the traffic. People are dumb drivers down here, but anyway, so anyways, yes, for the most part, you know, this is going to be a nice little car for someone that's maybe you know, just getting their license and is learning how to drive something a little more sportier. You know, they're not gonna get a lot of speeding tickets with it, and if they do, you know, it's because they're not following the laws, guys. So again, guys, you know, take it with a grain of salt. You know, if you guys are, again, sport enthusiasts that want something that is a little faster, then you want to get the turbo. But for the most part, you know, this definitely will get the job done. If you guys hear that beep, by the way, that's my active lane keep assist, keeping me on track over here. So it's definitely doing its job as far as me staying in the lines and vice versa. So coming down to speeds now, you know, I definitely want to you know, give a shout out to guys like the Straight Pipes and guys like well, the guy from Redline Reviews. I know he's a little short Korean guy, but you know, you guys are the ones that have inspired me to get out and do just something like this with my YouTube channel. First time for me, and I hope the video doesn't come out as bad as I think it will. If it does, that's okay. You know, I use a lot of the GoPro footage opposed to my front-facing camera because I'm shooting this with my cell phone from as far as the front-facing camera goes, and you know, the stabilization on the stupid little thing is just not where I want it to be. I feel like it's shaking way too much, so I could have probably invested a little more in an item that would have given me a little bit more stabilization. But again, guys, you know, this is Mike from Budget Tech Review signing off. You know, this car is something that, you know, is going to be something I'm going to be driving the next couple years, so I might put out a few more videos on it just to kind of you know, if I left something out, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh my god, it is bright over here, guys. You know, it was nice and cloudy right before I started shooting this video, and then the sun just decided to freaking come out today. So you can see here, like, the glare on this is really bad. The glare on the screen is super bad. So, but again, guys, you know, if you guys like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. You know, I really wanted to put this out there for people that weren't able to see the premium, the 2.0 premium, which is, you know, this specific car. I really enjoy all the bells and whistles, and if I left anything out, I do apologize. You know, this car does have a lot of little features that most you know, cars in the price range don't have. Again, like the active lane keep assist. It does have automatic braking or automatic brake assist when it comes to accident as well. So if you guys are, you know, in a situation where someone stops right in front of you, the car will stop on its own. It does have that detection on it. So, and again, let me speed up just a little bit so y'all can hear the engine. Again, you know, it's not really, I don't know if it's the engine that you're hearing or the exhaust, but again, the exhaust is not very loud, so you're not gonna, you know what, I just washed my car and seen all this dirt is gonna get this car dirty, so that's just very disheartening for me right now, since I just wasted money washing this car. But again, guys, You know what? Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share if you guys like it. And you know, if you guys are car companies out there watching and you guys want me to review your vehicles, please send me a PM. Hopefully I can get that going for my YouTube channel. And you never know, somebody will reach out to me, whether it be a nice little cheap car or vice versa. So again, guys, this is Mike from Budget Tech Review signing off. You know, we'll definitely see you guys next time. Y'all have a good day. And, you know, thanks again for watching. Please subscribe.